We met with Nick, a man of passion, a family man, an entrepreneur. Nick has revolutionized swimming as we know it, making it safer for all who love and fear the water. Nick dreamed of a safer way to swim and made it possible for anyone to go out into the water. He was so passionate about his invention, it was hard not to be intrigued by it.
I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon, so I've been trained 4 years beyond dental school to do surgery, and that would require a residency, a medical residency really. So I was trained to do anesthesia, did full anesthesia rotation, neurosurgery rotation, all these different things. On my toes all the time, have my staff really at the ready, in case we need to have any kind of an emergency. It requires a lot of oversight, making sure that everybody's always on the same page and that we're always focused and we're always determined to take care of the patient and make sure that their experience is the absolute best and that we get a really good result every single time. I'm as down to earth, homegrown kind of guy as you can get. I have, wonderful family, a wife, 3 boys. The boys are all into sports. They're all in basketball. They all play football, and they like to swim. Especially they swim competitively. We all just enjoy the sports. I was trying to get Donovan to come to me and swim to me in the deep end, and he just wouldn't do it. So I was treading water and treading water and treading water. I was getting kind of tired after about 20 minutes. And I said, Donovan, come on. And he'd kind of come, and then he'd turn around and go back. And so now I'm thinking, well, this is more than a workout now. Now I'm kind of getting exhausted. So I looked around, I looked up on the side of the pool, and I saw 2 pool noodles. And I thought, hey, if I could float like this and have that kind of mobility and be in this kind of buoyancy, I bet if I could just swim like this freely, I could catch some waves, man. I could really, really ride waves.
Nick sat pondering by the pool, coming to the realization that he just fell upon a great idea. What could he create if he designed something that kids and adults alike could use to learn how to swim or to just enjoy the water without having to work as hard? Nick knew something like this had never been attempted to be made, but that didn't stop him. He got creative and began drawing some sketches on paper to try to figure out what this suit would even look like. After several sketches, he began to physicalize his imagination. Nick gathered some things around the house and picked up a few items at the local hardware store. Starting with nothing more than wetsuits and a floor mat made out of foam, he started to build his wetsuit to test his theory of how this wetsuit would function in water. The very first prototype was perhaps the worst design that quite nearly cost Nick his life. The suit, which was extremely difficult to put on and was basically nothing more than a board glued to a wetsuit, floated as it should have, but didn't allow movement of any sort, leaving Nick trapped in the water when testing it.
The first prototype suits were terrible. I thought you needed to be a board. That's where you make your first mistake. I made the suit so the wearer was like a board. I would cut out foam from those little link things that you stand on for your garage to take the pressure off your knees and all your joints and stuff like that, and for play areas and stuff for kids. I get the thing on, I jump in the pool, and now what do? I can't bend, and I'm yelling for my wife, help me. I had to cut out areas to allow flexibility and bendability,
leaving Nick trapped in the water when testing it. This made Nick realize that no matter what, the wearer of the suit needed to be able to move. He changed his design to allow for this and built other prototypes. However, the new prototypes didn't work at all. Some didn't allow much movement and flexibility, some were not aesthetically pleasing because they were too bulky, and some just didn't float, but all had the lack of functionality in common. Finally, after 5 years of trial and error and several prototypes later, Nick's hard work paid off, giving the world the very first wave wrecker. Wave Wrecker is designed as a body surfing suit. A suit like this has never been done before. With just the right amount of buoyancy, the Wave Wrecker allows for flotation while allowing for full control in regards to movement in the water. The suit also features fins that allow people to steer and streamline through the waves as they please. The Wave Wrecker is for everyone, regardless of a person's swimming strength. Weak swimmers are able to wear it and grow stronger as swimmers, without the fear of becoming overpowered by the waves or drowning. Strong swimmers and surfers can use it as a tool that enhances their skill and allows for them to take more risks and be out in the water for longer periods of time without their body tiring out. With the Wave Wrecker, the ocean becomes a safer, more enjoyable place for everyone to have fun.
You're floating. You don't have to exert that energy to stay afloat. So by all means, lifeguards and people like that could easily, with the suit on, it'll make their jobs a lot easier and a lot safer too.
This dream and creation appears to be a long journey, and Nick's work has only just started because now he's ready to share this with the world, and that will be a job in itself. Now, after 5 years of hard work, his dream is finally a reality. Going about his day-to-day routine, he is always thinking about ways to improve his bodysuit and how it could help people and make an impact on those who are afraid of the water. His invention will be a great help to everyone everywhere. We feel strongly that this suit will revolutionize swimming as we know it.